Hi, I'm Tim Gipson. I'm going to talk to you about how to measure window sizes. Now, we want to measure and determine the size of this window. We got to measure the width and the height. Now, there's some things that we got to look at when we're actually looking at this window. Part of this window is covered by the sheetrock on each side and the sheetrock on the top, and then also the sill on the bottom. Now, typically sheetrock will be a 1/2 inch thickness, so we know that whatever the size of this window is, we're going to have to add 1 inch to whatever we measure side to side because of the 1/2 inch sheetrock on each side. And then we're also going to have to add 1 1/4 inch for the 1/2 inch sheetrock here and the 3/4 inch sill that's on the bottom. And to determine the size, what we want to do, because there may be some variations in the how plumb these sides are, we want to take our measurements at 3 points. So at the bottom, at the middle, and then at the top. And then what we want to do is, it's always better to guess a little smaller, particularly if you're looking at replacement windows or something like that. So we want to take the smallest dimension. So the smallest dimension I got from taking those 3 points is 35 1/4. I can add the inch on because of the 1/2 inch sheetrock on each side, so I get 36 1/4. So, and typically windows will come in a standard size, and 36 would be a standard size. So at that point I just round and say this is a 36-inch window. And then I would do the same thing for the height and measure the height, and as I go through here I get 71, and so I'm going to add about 1 inch to that. And again, height of windows come in standard sizes, so they're 60, 64, 66, so usually round numbers. So I can pretty much guesstimate that this window is a 72-inch window by the time I add the dimension for the sill and then the dimension for the sheetrock at top. So by taking your measurements at 3 points and kind of determining, taking into account your sheetrock and the sill, I can determine that this is a 36-inch by 72-inch window, which would be pretty much a standard size. So I'm Tim Gipson, and that's how to find out the size or measure for the size of your window.